I'm a music teacher and I've never heard the music from Super Mario Galaxy 2 before in my life ever. So join me as I hear it live for the very first time. We're gonna discover hidden connections, understand how music works, and have some fun along the way. Type a 3 in the chat if you're ready to rock, and we're gonna do this thing. Let's start it off with We Channel.
Super Mario Galaxy! Woohoo!
Woohoo! Well, just when I thought Super Mario Galaxy 1 couldn't be topped, I just heard one piece of music from Super Mario Galaxy 2, and I'm already thinking we're in for something that somehow topped what I thought was going to be untoppable. And if you want to know the exact moment I came to that conclusion, it was right over here. When I started hearing the electronic drum kit come in. But it didn't just start, it faded in slowly. Listen, it starts, you can barely hear it, and then it slowly, the volume ramps in until it's right there. Wait for it, wait for it. There it is. Gets louder, and now it's fully in. That's the moment when I was like, oh, we're in for something different. If you're wondering why, that's a choice we did not hear artistically in Super Mario 1, the fading in of electronic drum kits like that. Now, we heard the electronic like space sounds, like the weep, 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 weep. We heard those, but not like that. So, in our exploration now, to see if the previously thought untoppable thing will in fact be topped, let's check out another story. I remember this one. Right, it is from Gusty Garden, isn't it? Oh man, one cool thing I want to point out about that right there is just the delightful sort of, type an N in the chat if that felt a little nostalgic to you. All right, so what about the music? Oh, I'm a little small down here, aren't I? There we go. What about the music sounds or feels nostalgic? There's a particular chord in there that actually brings out the nostalgia in the music. And the chord that brings out the nostalgia in the music is having a minor 4, a minor 4 in almost all cases, and you know, you were gonna get some people in the comments like, you know, I get it. Broadly speaking, minor 4, when used in a major key, it's gonna bring that feeling of nostalgia. Where do we hear that minor 4, you might ask? Well, it's right over here. This is the major 4. This is the 5. Here's the 1 with 7 in the bass, 1 with flat 7. And right there, that's the 5 of 2. Here it is. That right there, that minor 4, which, ooh, let's put a 6 on it. In the words of Beyonce, if you liked it, then you should have put a 6 on it. Oh, 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 oh. Classic. So we hear this minor 4 right here. That is so cool. So we hear. Here it is. That right there, that chord is pure nostalgia. And then we have. A little out of tune, but there you go. Let's keep it cooking with this next one. Absolutely gorgeous. Let's check out the next one. What? So that right there, we heard Power of the Stars. Power of the Stars follows the same chord progression as the original Super Mario Victory theme. Let me just double check that one more time. I mean, I said that very confidently. Let me just double check that. Yeah, follows the same chord progression as the Super Mario Victory theme. I was like, man, I was really confident of that coming straight out of the gate. No. Yeah, but we're good. Okay, so we're in the key of G major. The original Super Mario Victory theme, we heard in the key of C major, but hey, what's a couple of different keys between friends? So then we got a flat 6 to a flat 7 back to a 1 major. Now, if you're wondering why I'm writing Roman numerals show that we're hearing chords or harmony. If you're like, well, what's a chord? What's a harmony? Well, chords are made out of notes. And if you're wondering what a note is, well, this is a note, this is a note, this is a note, this is a note, this is a note. We play them all together, we get a chord. So if I'm talking about notes, I'll write the number 1, 2, 3, 4. If I'm talking about chords, I will write Roman numerals. So we had flat 6, flat 7 to 1 major. Why that's so cool is oftentimes you see flat 6, flat 7 go to 1 minor because the notes in the flat 6 and flat 7 are from outside of the key. And we'll talk a little bit more about what a key is on a future example. Let's keep it going. Ooh. Minor 4 again. Minor 4 again. All right, we're gonna talk about that. Okay, so let's understand why the minor 4 is so cool and why I keep gushing about it. So as promised, you're gonna understand what a key is. A key effectively is a collection of, for the purposes of what we're talking about today, 7 notes. And for example, we have the key of C major here, which is C, D, E, F, G, A, and B. Now, if you're counting, that's 7. Now, there are total 12 notes in all of music. Those notes are A sharp, B flat, B, C, C sharp, D flat, D, D sharp, E flat, E, F, F sharp, G flat, G, G sharp, or A flat, and then back to A, and around and around we go. There is no H. I have spoken, there is no H. Now, what we can see is there's these notes like this where we have the slash. That's like the word 2, 2, and 2. It sounds the same, but it's spelled differently. The fancy music term for this is enharmonic equivalent, or just enharmonics, where it's 2 different spellings for the same sound, 2 different ways of saying the same sound. So we can see what notes do we have in the key of C. We got C, D, E, F, G, A, and B. All right, let's mark those off here. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, now what happens if we borrow a note from outside of the key? Let's say, for example, we borrow this A flat. Ooh, we're gonna borrow a note from outside of the key. Now, to get a minor 4, we must have a borrowed note from outside of the key. The notes in a regular 4 are F, A, C, but when we make it minor, we're gonna bring the middle note down by 1/2 step, which is gonna make it an A flat bar from outside the key. So one of the reasons I'm oohing and ahhing over the minor 4 is because it's using notes from outside of this set group of 7 that is inside of the key. So it's a borrowed note, which then creates a borrowed chord inside of the key. Type a 2 if you know nothing about music, but that kind of made sense. Let's keep going. All right, so type H in the chat if that sounded a little hectic to you. Type an H in the chat if that sounded a little hectic. Now, one of the contributing factors, not the only, one of the contributing factors to this sounding hectic is something called the whole tone scale. Now, the whole tone scale, it doesn't have 7 notes in it. Actually, it has 6 notes in it. Ooh, it's a 6-note scale. And a 6-note scale, we would call a hex. Hex isn't 6, hexatonic scale. So a 6-note scale. Now, a 6-note scale, for example, here, let's say we started on F. So we'd go F to G, we'd go G to A. We're going to skip every other one. A to B, B to C sharp or D flat, C sharp, D flat, D sharp or E flat, and then back to F we go. So we're skipping every other note. That gets us a hexatonic whole tone scale, and that's going to sound a little something like this. And if that sounded a little hectic just as a sound, type double H in the chat for a little hectic as a sound. Right, let's keep rocking and rolling with the next one. Reminds me a lot of motifs from the Mario Galaxy 1. All right, so what we heard there actually took a play right out of the playbook of Super Mario Galaxy 1, if not literally the notes from Super Mario Galaxy 1. So what are we hearing there? We're hearing a 1, 2, 3, and a sharp 4. What does that mean, and why is it so cool? All right, so if we take, for example, this C major scale here, and we think about the spaces between all these notes, right? So we can skip, or we can go from one note to the next. If we go from one note to the next, and we do this little shark's tooth, that equals a half step. Check this out. That's Jaws, which is also the sound of a half step. So we show with a little shark tooth for Jaws, or we can also call it a carrot, C-A-R-R-E-T, not a carrot like you eat, a carré, if you will. A carré à Paris sur le Champs-Élysées avec mon thé au lait. Un carré aux Champs-Élysées avec mon thé au lait. And that all rhymed, so you're welcome in French. Okay, now, if we understand what the connection is between all these notes, I'm going to be able to explain this really cool thing to you. So from C to D, we skip one, right? We can see that right here. So from C to D, we skip one. From D to E, we skip one. From E to F, we don't skip one. From F to G, we skip one. From G to A, we skip one. From A to B, we skip one. From B to C, we don't skip one. So we have what is called, this can be called a whole step, this can be called a half step. So we have whole, half, whole, half. Now, here's where it gets cool. What we're hearing in this sort of classic Galaxy number 1 sound is when the 4 is actually moved over. So that from the 1, 2, 3, 4, between the 3 and the 4, instead of being a half step, there's a whole step between the 3 and the 4. So instead of it going to F, it actually skips to F sharp. So the difference is, I'll play it for you one time, how it would sound if we didn't skip up to the sharp 4, versus one time if we did. So here's if we didn't skip to the sharp 4, here's how it would sound. Which sounds okay, but it's not exactly dreamy, mystical, and magical now, is it? Now, if we add the sharp 4 in, that is the mystical, magical, mythical sound of the sharp 4. Type a 4 in the chat if that was really cool and you just understood how that Super Mario Galaxy mythical, magical, mystical sound happens by raising and changing one single note. All right, let's keep going. Okay, I have theories about what's happening right now in the game. All right, you ready? I'm gonna guess, based on the music, I'm gonna guess what's happening. Here's my guess. My guess is, and I'm not looking to chat. My guess is that, so previously when we had a starship appear, it was Bowser's starships in Super Mario Galaxy 1, and it sounded really threatening. This doesn't sound threatening at all. My guess is Mario now has a starship, or someone who Mario is friends with has a starship, and that's the starship that is now appearing. Type a 2 in the chat if I just got that right. Let me know if the composer just made that so clear through the music that I was able to understand it through music alone. Boom! Awesome. So guys, the cool part here is not that I was able to suss it out. The cool part here is that the composer made it so clear that I could then deduce that. Well, okay, maybe me figuring it out is a little cool too. But seriously, that is, yeah. So cool. All right, let's keep it going. All right, type an E in the chat if that sounded a little exotic to you. All right, so what we just heard there is a scale that I'm gonna call the Phrygian major scale. Now, you don't need to remember that, but I'm gonna actually connect this to something you just understood, which is the C major scale. Now, what happens if we take this D and we actually make this D 1/2 step away, from C. So we got a half step between C and D. That means we have a half step plus a whole step between D and E. And that's exactly what Phrygian major does. It takes 1, 2, scale degree 2, bring it down a half step so that there's a half step plus a whole step, or 3 half steps, between D and E right there. Really, really cool stuff. All right, let's keep it going. Yeah, cool, awesome. All right, so many cool things there. The first thing I want to unpack is just the chord progression. So the chord progression, oh, hold on. Yeah, you're doing so many cool things. All right, so just the chord progression. We hear a 1, 7 to 8, 4, 7 to 8, 5, 7 to 5 to a 5. Now this, if we took the 7s out, by the way, would not be an uncommon chord progression, but the fact that each one of these chords has this little 7. Dan, that doesn't look like a 7. It's a 7, I tell you. A 7 next to all these chords. That's what makes this so special. Why? When we have 7s next to all the chords, that is going to be a blues chord progression a lot of the time, especially if it starts on a 1, ends on a 5, and there's some 4s in between. Not all the time, but a lot of the time. And what's really cool is having this 5, 7 to 5 here, because you don't hear that all the time. 5, 7 to 5 to 5. Now, the other thing that was cool was, what was it? Hold on. Let's pull it back a second here. How did it go? Play it one more time for old time's sake. So what's fun about that right there is the fact that it's using a 1, it's using a flat 3, then it's also using a 3 that are both half step away from each other. That is also something you don't hear every day. However, that is something you do hear in the blues. All right, let's keep on rocking and rolling. Oh, we have more of this? Oh, it's with Yoshi. All right, so something like, yeah. There it is. It's super fun melody. All right, let's keep it going. when you hear those harps go, if you're not doing this with your head with the harps, I don't know what you're doing. So someone brought up an interesting point, which is Yoshi's leitmotif in this Mario series, at least Super Mario World, a game I've played a whole lot, and the games we're hearing here, Super Mario Galaxy and Super Mario Galaxy 2, as well as perhaps some of the earlier ones as well, that I can think of we listen to, Yoshi's always represented by like some percussion. That's Yoshi's leitmotif. There's like no particular melody of sorts. It is a percussive thing that's going on that represents Yoshi. Really beautiful. And if we think about it, that just like is always Yoshi. It's percussion. It's like you hear some bongos, maybe some congas. You're like, oh yeah, that's my buddy, my pal, Yoshi. I don't know about you. If I'm playing Super Mario World and I like fall off a ledge or something and lose a life, and Yoshi was with me, I feel so much worse because I took that innocent, beautiful creature who just wanted to help. He just wanted to help. And you take him with you. All right, let's keep it going. So peaceful. Now, one of the things we hear in this, a little different vibes onto it. It's going from a 1 to a flat 7, but not a 1 to a flat 7 in a way that we've heard previously in the Mario series, where it creates a feeling of like being in a Mixolydian mode. This feels, you know, I mean, yes, well, yeah, no, it is in a Mixolydian mode. I know, but like, it doesn't feel like that. All right, it's not a Mixolydian meme, I think is what I'm trying to say here. Yeah, it's not a Mixolydian meme, is really what I'm getting at here. All right, let's listen to the next one. Now, as we go through this, if you have questions about the music, please put your questions in the chat. I actually had a viewer the other day watch one of my streams and say, hey, was that even live or was that pre-recorded? Because he didn't interact with anyone in the chat. So I'll let you know right now, Ross, F6N, Cole, Engstrom, Q5J, Shmuel00, Based Matthias. Guys, ask your questions in the chat. This is live. We're doing this in real time. Let me know what's going on, and I will respond to your questions. Hey, Percy Creeper, 2733. What are the odds of me making that up? I mean, come on. All right, here we go. Everyone's just saying hi now. Oh, we just made it to the intro now. Wow. Okay, Promo Official asks, am I gonna react to all Mario Kart World OST? Well, we'll see. You have to stick around and find out. Like and subscribe, like and subscribe. I gotta be honest, I think this is my favorite track in the OST so far. All right, something I want to point out here is that idea of the sharp ford that we found in Super Mario Galaxy 1 is shown up here. We have 1, 5, sharp 4, 2. So it's still bringing that sharp 4, that dreamy sound we've been hearing throughout this OST, but now it's all funkified. You dig? Let's keep going with the next one. Oh, and the drums. Come on, baby. Lay it on me. Go! Four, three, two, one. Oh, back to the start. Cool. This is sick. Oh my gosh. I didn't know I could enjoy an original soundtrack more than I enjoyed Super Mario Galaxy, and I can confidently tell you I am enjoying this more. I cried. I don't know if you watched my video where I listened to Super Mario Galaxy. I cried at the end. That's how much I enjoyed it. I'm enjoying this more. All right, this is really interesting. I'm gonna make a hidden connection for you about the Flip Swap Galaxy that may have never crossed your mind before. This is going to blow your mind out of the back of your brain. All right, check this out. Listen again. It's the underground theme. Oh my gosh. Oh, that is so cool. Hey, if that's the first time you just made the connection to the underground theme, type a 2 in the chat. Type a 2 in the chat if that was the first time you ever made that connection. That is cool. Wow. You know, I don't know. That piece of music just makes me want to go like marry a good Amish Irish girl. Nice family from Ireland, also Amish. That's the rest of I'm raising barns for the rest of my life. That's me. That's it. I'm traveling everywhere by scooter. That's it. In space. Yeah, so I'm listening to this hint TV, and I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm not pulling any hints from the music alone. Maybe there's something in there that I'm just not cognitively processing through. Perhaps my IQ just ain't up to the task. Perhaps there just is not enough cognitive horsepower stuck between my ears for me to put 2 and 2 together to make 3.5. And we did also hear a Quika in there, an instrument. Look it up. We also heard that in Super Mario Sunshine and possibly some other Mario OSTs as well. And you know what? We'll do it live. We'll do it live. All right, type a 4 in the chat if you want to hear a Quika. I might be saying that wrong. If you want to know what that sounds like, type a 2 in the chat. All right, here we go. Let's check it out. That's an instrument, guys. Let's listen to it. Let's listen to one more example here.
This Brazilian friction.
Yeah, okay. So that's yeah. Yeah, that's an instrument, guys. And so when you hear that sound in OSTs, that's what that is. That isn't a monkey sound effect. That's a real instrument that like people play like professionally, and they do a fantastic job of it too. Minor 4 there. So what do we hear again? We're hearing that minor 4 yet again show up in this here OST. If we can't call that at least a chord motif, a chord recurring character, you know, the Kramer on Seinfeld, you know what I mean. Some people are like, who? Hey, I'm getting old. What can I say? That's almost like a 1 to minor 4. So what we hear at the very start of this is like a 1. Wow. All right. It's like a 1 with a, I was calling it a 169, but really I'm going to call it a 17, and then I'm going to call it a 913. 179 13, just from the notes that are in the chord. So it's a 1 with a 7 9 13, which is going to sound something like this. And and then it goes to a 4 minor 6. That 4 minor we've been hearing throughout this OST. Then it comes back to that 1, 7, 9, 13, and then it goes to a flat 2 major 7. There's the 4 minor with the 6. There's the flat 2. Absolutely gorgeous chord progression. Let's keep it going. Oh, wow. Super Mario World. Oh, wow. This is athletic theme from Super Mario World. It's looping now. Now, we had an interesting reference from 2 people in the chat, which was, there's an old song. It goes, that old witch doctor, you told me what to do. That old witch doctor, you told me what to say. That old witch doctor, you told me what to say to you. Ooh, ee, ooh, bing, bang, chawada, wada, ding, dang. Ooh, ee, ooh, ding, ding, chawada, wada, bing, bang. And I don't know why, but people are quoting that in the chat, and I have no idea why. I mean, it's a similar pacing to what we just heard here. Fine, similar speed. But yeah, I don't get that. But yeah, that's an old song. So there you go. Oh, was there a remix of it? Oh, someone did a mashup. Someone's gonna do a mashup? Wait for it. Wait for it. Ding dang, wada wada bang bang. Ding ding, wada wada bang bang. Ding dang, wada wada bang bang. Ding ding, wada wada bang bang. Like that? Did I get it right? Did I just do it live? Did I literally just do the mashup live? Did I do it? Please tell me I just did it. Someone give me affirmation. All right, next. gorgeous. Wow. Absolutely gorgeous. Hey, if you're having a nice time in this stream, type SMG2 365-973-2457 banana emoji. If you're having a nice time. Let's keep it going to the next one. Still a sharp 4 here. Adam W-E02YQ asks, what's that instrument? Well, there were several instruments playing. I can tell you that there was a marimba, which was that sound. That's a marimba. Now that meow, meow. That's a bass. That's a synthesizer. Let's keep it going to the next one. I remember this one. This was Super Mario 2, Super Mario 3. Land? Super Mario Land. 64. This is 64? 64. Come on, banjo. Oh, there is a sitar in this. No desert or lava in sight. All right, it's looping now. Hey, by the way, if you want to check out my full breakdown of this piece of music, go check out my full stream I did live in real time to the Super Mario 64 soundtrack. Now they're putting sitars into water themes. What will happen next? They've all been corrupted. Okay. There's been a shadow government in charge for years, and they've been putting the sitar inside water themes. That's a Mario iconic idea right there. Those little dyads. back to Super Mario World. Bad idea. It is? I think it's looping now. Yeah, tambourine. It's certainly looping now. Now, we have a question in the chat. Donna Asbury asks, what instrument have you not heard from yet in a Mario game, Mr. Music Teacher? Now, people call my father Mr. Music Teacher. You can just call me Music. So, the instrument I have not heard yet in a Mario OST, I don't think I've heard a 7-string guitar. If I'm not mistaken, I haven't heard a China cymbal. If I'm not mistaken, I have not heard I think I have heard a hammered dulcimer. I'm uncertain as to whether I've heard a harmonium. Might not have heard a harmonium. I can't recall hearing a... like an oboe solo? Maybe I've heard an oboe solo. So those are some things I don't believe that I have heard yet. How about a harmonica? Yeah, I think some harmonicas. Cole Engstrom, you're still on that joke, homie. That's funny. By the way, if you're just noticing what Cole Engstrom said, you've got to rewind the stream a ways to keep track of the joke that Cole Engstrom is talking about here. Yeah, that's funny. Okay. Yeah, so the variety is, yes, huge variety. I think there's a couple of genres we've not heard. Like, we've not heard, like, proper, like, heavy metal. But, like, it doesn't really fit with the vibe. Like, even Bowser's kind of metal, but it's, like, it's a little, like, campy. You know what I mean? It's, like, it's threatening, but it's not that threatening type of a thing. Yeah. Sky Station, yeah. Oboe Solo, all right, cool. Cool, yes, I take back. Harmonica, Mario Kart, yeah. Mongolian throat singing, yeah, technically not an instrument. Human technique. Shofar, good call. Excuse me. Yeah, I don't think we heard a shofar. I don't think we heard a didgeridoo. We might have heard a didgeridoo. I don't think we heard a didgeridoo. And while we sit here and just list instruments we haven't heard in OSTs. All right, let's keep it going to the next one. Looping. A shout out to Trevsky82 for the excellent wordplay. Top marks. Hey, if you like that bass line, check out The Chicken by Jaco Pastorius. Let's keep it going to the next one. Oh, I remember this one. And that's our loop. I believe we heard this in Super Mario Galaxy 1. The first one. Let's check out this next one. Oh my. Oh my. It starts off like Gusty Gardens. This is related to Gusty Gardens, just the way like the second phrase starts. All right, it is looping. I'm gonna talk over the loop here. So you may have noticed, I'm actually gonna stop this and go back to the previous piece of music. I wanna show you something that's really contrasting. Listen to this, how this piece starts. Okay, now if you're wearing headphones, type an N in the chat if this sounds narrow to you, like all the sound is happening right in front of you. I mean, yeah, there's a little tambourine over there, but for the most part, all the sound's happening right in front of you for that part right there. Type an N in the chat if that sounds relatively narrow. All right, now, listen to how this starts. Type a W in the chat if that sounds wide. Like, that sounds like everything. It sounds like the whole thing's spread out in front of you. All right, so that's something called stereo image. Stereo image. So you only have two channels, right? If you're wearing headphones, you got your right channel and the left channel. And what happens is if sound comes in equally through both channels, to make this just a little bit wider, if sound comes in equally through both channels, there we go. It's gonna sound like it's dead in front of you. Now, if one of the channels has, like, let's say the same sound, let's say we have like a piccolo, and we have more in the right than the left, it's gonna sound to you as if the piccolo is coming from like over here. Isn't that so cool? Your brain actually creates, it's almost like a hallucination. Your brain fills in the gaps and creates the stereo image, even though the stuff's coming in through two distinct channels. Now, what happens is the stereo image is how wide, we can think of the stereo image like this little semicircle here. How wide does this information sound? And if all the information is coming in like right here, the stereo image is gonna sound narrow, but then like for the beginning of Cloud Court Galaxy, you can hear it's like the entire stereo image, there's sound spread across the entire thing for you to hear it. And so that is stereo image, and it really is your brain making up where instruments might be just based on getting information through two separate channels and two separate ears. How cool is that? Music is a hallucination that's happening in your head. Isn't that kind of wild to think about? Let's check out this next one. Dark core right there. Oh, that's it. This is insane. I'm just waiting for that sick drop. That sick drop, come on, baby. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and... Oh no, I missed it. It should be on the next one. Come on. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and... Man, that is delicious sounding. If a synth sounds like a little wet and a little buzzy at the same time for me, like, type a 2 in the chat if that sound right there, that sounded a little wet, also a little buzzy at the same time. Man, what an awesome synth sound. Let's keep going. Wow. Just wow. Just wow. Sharp 4 business here too. Four minor. Four minor again, 6. 1 with a sharp 4. Oh, I take the thing I said about Mixolydian before. That was wrong before. It's like Bartok. Okay, you might remember like an hour ago, I was like, hey, I think that's Mixolydian, but it's not like a meme of a Mixolydian. Actually, what I believe that I meant was, hey, thank you, Buds XP. The scale we're hearing there is like a Bartok scale. If you're asking, what on earth is a Bartok scale? Well, there's this dude named Bartok. Don't ask me his first name. It might have been Bella. It might have been Jonas. It might have been Herman. I don't recall, but his last name was Bartok. I mean, that was his first name. Doesn't matter. Point is, it was one of his names. And a scale he used, and used it enough that he became known for it, was it started off with that sharp 4 business we've been talking about this entire OST. But instead of having a regular 7 at the end, it actually had a flat 7 at the end. So it sounded something like this. Ooh. Let's keep it going. Come on. That's fun. That's also fun. Drum change. Wild. Wild. All right, it's looping. Check this out. Listen to where the drums are here. You hear that? That's the snare sound, and it's about dead center in front of you. By the way, typical placement for the snare. Center, center. Now listen to where it goes. It's all the way on your left. Type an L in the chat if you could hear that snare sound go from the center all the way out to the left. That's a really cool change. That is also not something that you hear every day. Oftentimes, the drums are going to stay in about the same place that they're in for the entire piece of music, and they're also not going to change sounds like they did there. They just change the sound radically compared to how it was when it started. That is so cool. That, by the way, that's a level of attention to detail and like artistic ability on behalf of the composer, producer, team, whoever did that. Really cool. Yeah, we heard this in Galaxy 1, right? Or 64, was it? That's not sitar, that's a hammered dulcimer, that is. Alright, it is super looping here. We're gonna go to the next one. With sharp 4. Right there, we heard that Bartok scale again, aka as Raphael Albert 5651 has called in the chat, arose by another name, a Lydian flat 7. Also works fine. Saying, what do you mean? We can call it the same scale, 2 different names? Yeah, we sure can. And welcome to the land of music, where many things have 2 names unnecessarily, and we just rock and roll from there. Let's keep it rocking and rolling. Wow. What an incredible OST so far. Whew. Man. Dude, are they going to make a Super Mario Galaxy 3? Someone tell me they're going to make a Super Mario Galaxy 3. And then someone tell me they're going to somehow, I don't know how, they're going to somehow figure out to make music that's even better than this. There's that underground theme. That was cool. Awesome remix. Oh my. Now that's looping, so I'm going to give it a pause. I think all these tracks are looping. And because we're not even halfway through this OST yet, and we are already an hour and 43 minutes into this live stream, we are going to go ahead and, when things are looping, we're gonna pause them here. All right, so let's actually look at what's going on here. We've got in the A section a 1 to a 4 to a 4 minor, but it's all the entire time. It's always you. It's always been you. It's got a 1 the whole way through it. So it got. I'm paraphrasing. And I'm paraphrasing poorly. Wow, I just did an awful job paraphrasing that. Don't listen to my melody there. Here's the 1. Now here's the 4. With still the 1 on the bass. Here's the 4 minor with the 1. Back to the 1. Beautiful chord progression. Let's keep it going. There's that Quika again. Also more whole tones. All right, so this is what we would call a tempo ramp. So what is a tempo ramp? So we measure tempo with something called BPM, which stands for beats per minute. So let's say 10 beats per minute is really slow, and let's say 1,000 beats per minute is really fast. So what happens with a piece of music like this is it starts like somewhere around here, and then what happens is, as it goes, it starts to go faster and faster and faster. Because it's going faster and faster and faster, that's actually what's happening. The BPM are speeding up, which speeds up the music. Let's go to the next one. Excuse me. Oh, beautiful, an underwater version. Cool. Same chord progression, just like super chilled out. Gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Let's keep it going. We've heard this theme before. Ah, that remix from Super Mario 64. Thanks, Yoshi Star. Oh, they kept the sitar in there. Wow. Yeah, I'm going to echo Cole Engstrom's question. Which do you prefer? Do you prefer the 64 Galaxy 1 or 2 version of this piece of music? I got to tell you, the 64, even though it wasn't nearly as gussied up as this, it had this oomph to it. It had some teeth on it. It packed a punch. It doled a dollop of daisy. It was dolloping daisies, which, as we know, is about the most, potent thing a thing can do. Let's keep it going. How majestic. Whoa, Nelly. Oh, Doctor Who. Yeah. It does sound a little Doctor Who-ish, doesn't it? Wow. Do you know how much work went into making this music like this? Like, dude, this is some legit music. It took a legit amount of work to do, I'll tell you that. Dang. You know, I know they're making a new movie, but like this could be a copy paste. This is like cinematic superiority and so many surprising and significant ways. And it's not just that, it's also just, it is surrounding my sensibilities of the sight and the senses that I can, sally off to be able to surmise such a stupendous and serendipitous piece of music, such as Space Storm Galaxy. Type it to the chat if you hear that. Oh yeah, flat 7. All right, so we have a question in the chat. Shmuel00 asks, is this compound meter? I would actually count this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. I actually call this shuffle. Now, shuffle. I've seen shuffles written in 12/8 for the very reason. 12/8. You can sometimes play them, or you can play them rather straightly. Straightly? You can play them straightly, like this. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Do the space shuffle after you do the Harlem Shake, and you do the mashed potatoes. Now, that's an old that's an old one. You gotta do the mashed potatoes. If you haven't listened to James Brown, go listen to some James Brown, and then do the mashed potatoes. Let's check out this next one. But no, I think of shuffles as being 4/4, and then the feel is shuffle. This is like underground from like Super Mario World. What a groove. Oh! Oh, it just got real. No, I don't remember this from the first game. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's talk about what absolutely blew my mind here. Check this out. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Wow. It's now that goes from simple meter to compound meter. If you want to know something that goes from simple to compound, it's that right there. I'm calling that. So this piece, whoop, we almost just dropped the pencil. All right, we got it. Someone tell the Dallas Cowboys I know how to catch a pencil. All right, so we've got 4, 4. And then it goes to 12, 8. What on earth does this mean? I hear you ask. Well, 4, 4 is something called simple meter. Not simple because it's easy to understand, but simple because there are 4. We're going to look at this top number. There's 4 things that happen in each division of time, each measure. Each measure is like a measuring cup that holds a certain amount of time. So there's 4 things that happen in this measure. Here's our measuring cup, and it holds 4 things of time. And our 4 things of time are divided into 2 equal parts. Now, that's not to say we don't hear the triplet over this. We absolutely do hear triplets happening over this. However, if we go to the 12, 8, in the 12, 8, still, it's going to be 4 equal divisions inside our measuring cup of time. Measuring cup of time. Time. So we have our measuring cup of time. Then what we do is we actually take each one of these and we divide each one of these into 3 equal parts. So instead of 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, it goes 1 and 2 t 4 t 1 t 2 t. And I'm going to count this out for you here. We have let's take it back just a second here. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and or 1 t 2 t 3 t 4 t 1 t 2 t 3 t 4 t 1 t 2 t 3 t 4 t. And there you go. Let's keep it cooking with Haunty Halls. Super Mario World. Super Mario World. Super Mario World. Whoa. The classic. Yes. Ba-bee-ba-ba. Taking that classic motif, Koji Kondo. Love it. Now, we had a question in the chat from one Jedi boy. And anyone who has a profile picture of Anakin Skywalker with a blue lightsaber gets an answer from me, especially because, if I'm not mistaken, That looks like Anakin Skywalker from Episode 2 of Star Wars, and I grew up with the new trilogy, so Episode 2 for me. One Jedi boy, you're getting your question answered. So buckle up, my buttercup, and we're going to rock and roll. So what's the difference between 12-8 and 3-4? Now, we can understand the potential confusion here, because the potential confusion lies in, okay, in 3-4, we have 3 things in our measuring cup. And we can see here, our measuring cup has a bunch of things that have 3 in them. Type a 3 in the chat if you could understand the possible confusion there. We got groups of 3. This makes sense. This is an understandable thing for us to get confused about. Because like, well, there's a group of 3 here, there's a group of 3 there. What on earth is the difference between the 2 group of 3s? Well, I'm going to explain it to you. So there's something called metric hierarchy. Metric, meter, like time, hierarchy, as in some things are either more important or more powerful than others. And in 3-4 and 12-8, there are 2 different metric hierarchies. In 3-4, the metric hierarchy goes that the first of our 3 things that we have is going to be the strongest. The next is going to be weak, and the last is going to be the weakest. Here we go. Weakest. Now, in 12-8, we have a totally different metric hierarchy that actually is the same metric hierarchy as 4-4 because we have 4 things here. So in 12-8, our metric hierarchy is strongest, weak, strong, weakest. So we have strongest, weak, strong, weakest versus strongest, weak, weakest. Now, within, this is where it can get a little tricky. Within each one of these strongest, strong, weak, strong, weakest, these divisions of 3 follow the strongest, weak, weakest within that division of 3. But the point is that the primary pulse, the primary thing that you're feeling and counting in 12-8, and the way to really hear this is you hear it with drums. And I'm going to grab this thing here. We're going to go full screen. Let's pull up the Best Music Theory Book for Beginners 3. And I'm going to go to page, let's see here, it's going to be in the second chapter. Yep, page 23. All right, I'm going to hold this up. Let's see if you can see it. Yeah, right there. And you might have to zoom in. But you can see I've color-coded the metric hierarchies here. You can see strongest, weak, strong, weakest for 12-8. Then we have strongest, weak, weakest for 9-8. And you can compare simple triple versus simple compound triple, simple duple versus compound duple, and then simple quadruple versus compound quadruple. There you go right there. And again, that's out of the Best Music Theory Book for Beginners 3. That's volume 3 in the Best Music Theory Books for Beginners series. So there you go. That's a color-coded version and also an explanation for one Jedi boy. One Jedi boy, you done been answered. Let's keep it going. That's rough. It's course irritating. Gets everywhere, Ross. Yes, that is a book I wrote. That also hit #1 bestseller in its category on Amazon when it was released. Oh, absolutely amazing. Now, I want to take a brief second to let you know that right now on Amazon.com, you can actually see this is the US site. We're live here. Just to show you we're live, I'm going to type someone who's here, or JP Music. I'm going to type JP Music 8754. All right, so you can see we are live. I'll search that. Great. Okay, cool. We're live. Now, if we go back here, we can actually see that the first book in the series and the second book in the series today are #1 bestseller in their categories here on Amazon. And these are all the books that I've written on music. So when I come here and I comment on this stuff, it's because, you know, I've actually sat down, done the research, put this stuff together, and made stuff that works for you. Now, if you want to just not have just access to books, the books are great. No doubt. You see 605 reviews right here. Average of how many stars? I don't know, 4.5, something like that. All this is great. I have what is called the Gamer Music Creator Guild. And in the Gamer Music Creator Guild, it's actually all about helping gamers create their own music. And if you want to get in on that guild, you can actually see that there's links in the video description and in the chat. And it's for gamers, by gamers, creating music. You can go click on the link that's in the chat. You'll get a free thing when you put your info in, and then there's going to be a page with a calendar on it. You can click and book a call on that calendar to actually talk to us and see if the Gamer Music Creator Guild might be a fit for you to help you take your music to the next level. All right, let's keep it going. There's that Quika in there. All right, I want to make a guess about Squizzard. Squizzard sounds to me like Squizzard looks a little silly. It sounds to me like Squizzard, like, so we heard the Quika, so I think that there's hot. There, it's something like, it's probably warm in the area. Squizzard, what a weird name. Squizzard makes me think of a squid lizard, maybe on a beach. All right, here's my guess. Squid lizard on a beach. You tell me. All right, let's keep it going. Oh yeah, on a desert. It was lit in desert music. Duh. Man, I am loving this music. Then, when 1957 asks, why is this music mischievous? Well, let's look at a couple things that contribute to it being mischievous. The first thing is the bass. Going at that speed. That's a little mischievous. It also has to do with the overall speed of the music. It also has to do with the instrument choices. So you have this which it's like that takes it to be like a little silly and not threatening. And then just the playfulness of the harp and the playfulness of that glockenspiel coming in there, those are two contributing factors to the playfulness. Let's keep it going. I remember this one. I have one wrong note there, sorry. Ah, that's where it was. So there it is. Now double time, says Joe Italian. Okay. No, not doing double time. All right, okay. I can do the whatever. Too fast. All right, let's just keep it going. Oh, you know what this is like? This is like every time we went back to visit that other person in Super Mario Galaxy 1, it kept like growing each time. Like there's more instruments here now. We're gonna go to the next one. Whoa. Oh my gosh, what a cool chord progression. That was so cool. Like, halfway through, we're like in E flat minor, and it's going E flat minor to B flat minor. That's like a James Bond thing. It's just... And then it goes to the major one. Absolutely insane. I'm loving this. Let's keep it going. We're letting that loop. Come on, give me some sitar. I don't think I've ever heard as epic a Mario track as that. That was amazing. That was incredible. That was Super Mario Galaxy 2. Let's keep it going. That has got to be one of my favorite versions of that theme that we heard all the way back in Super Mario 64, if I'm not mistaken. All those earlier Mario games, kind of a blur. We've heard so many of them. I'm like, which one was it? So good. Absolutely gorgeous and so peaceful and so calm. All right, so the very first scale we hear in this piece of music, again, is that Phrygian major with the 1 flat 2 to the major 3, 4, 5. I don't think we heard a 6 in there, and then a flat 7. So, you know, assuming a 6 is in there, maybe it's a flat 6, maybe it ain't. And the cool thing here is it's that half step between 1 and 2, and then the half step plus a whole step from 2 to 3. And then we're back to the races, you know, the 7 being the subdominant. When it's not a flat 7, it's a regular 7, we call it a leading tone because it leads us back to the 1 with a half step, whereas when there's a whole step between a flat 7 and 1, we call that a subdominant because it doesn't have that same pull back to 1 that a half step does. Let's keep this going with the next one. What am I supposed to say after listening to that? All right, we heard chromaticisms. We heard fourth chords, which, by the way, Shmuel 00, yes, fourth chords. Both of which are signs of danger in the world of Mario. Mario danger equals chromaticisms and fourth chords. And if you're going, what on earth is a chromaticism? Well, let me explain to you what a chromaticism is. If we go back to a lesson we talked about a little earlier today, we talked about the 12 notes of music and how there was a half step between all the 12 notes of music. If you were there for that and you remember it, type an H in the chat so I know that you know what you know that I know that you know that we both know that I know that you know and that you know that I know that you know. You know? So, go ahead and type in H. Now, what a chromaticism is a chromaticism is when we have a whole bunch of these notes in a row, either ascending or descending, going from high to low or low to high. So, for example, we could go C to D flat to D to E flat to E. That's a chromaticism. Why? There's a bunch of half steps between all of them. So when we hear a bunch of half steps in a row, either going up or down in the world of Mario, that tends to be danger. Let's keep it going. Okay, so type a 6 in the chat if you would like to know about the calming sixth. The calming sixth. Now, what is the calming sixth? Well, when we have a major chord, we add a sixth to it, it can sound even more calming than the major chord did before, as we can hear here. For example, we're in the key of G major. And if we add in the sixth to the G major chord, saying, well, what's the sixth? Well, if G is 1, then A is 2, B is 3, C is 4, D is 5, and E is 6. And then F sharp would be 7. So we're going to have 1, 3, and 6. And that sounds like this. So calming. And then it goes other places. Type a 3 in the chat if that seems calming to you. Calm. Type a 3 if that makes you feel calm. Not that. Type a 3 if it makes you feel calm. So sorry to my Irish brothers and sisters. I just wanted to do that for a moment. All right, let's keep it going to the next one. Wow, such a threatening and ominous feeling, like something is about to happen at the level of the cosmos with that one. Maybe I'm reading it wrong. That's what it sounds like to me. Let's keep it going to the next one. Come on now. Wow, that sounds to me like a galaxy ending type thing. Time attack. Yeah, like Boss Blitz is also to do with time. Sounds to me like there's someone who's like unravel time and bring us back and just unwind the entire galaxy back to its start. And we want to save everyone. That's what it sounds like to me. Let's keep it going. Oh, wow. Oh, yes. This is absolutely delicious. And we're hearing, this is like the Gusty Gardens version here. Now. That's Gusty Gardens, right? So we can actually sing this over. Type a 2 in the chat if I got Gusty Gardens right and I sang it over that and it worked. So this is really cool. So this is really, I'd call this, I mean, you could call it motivic development. It kind of is, at least the level of the harmony. But yeah, we can see a direct connection to Gusty Gardens. Yeah, all right, cool stuff. Sweet. Nailed it. There's some guitar. Ooh, Nelly. Something's about to happen. We're going somewhere. Well, sounds like we're about to uncover a dastardly plan, and I don't want to wait a single second before I do that. So we're going to go straight into Bowser, Almighty Koopa, and then we'll check out Final Bowser Battle. So buckle up, my buttercup. We're going on a ride. Let's check this out. Wow, what a fight, what drama, what emotion, and bringing those vocals in just adds so much more punch to everything that's going on. But it's not over yet. Let's check out Final Bowser Battle. Motif right there. Motif, augmentation motif, slow down motif right there. There it is. Motif again. Motif. Oh, yes. Let it loop. Let it loop. Oh my goodness. All right. So type an M in the chat if you heard the motif throughout this incredible piece of music, and then type a 2 in the chat if you didn't recognize the motif we've been hearing throughout this entire piece. If you didn't recognize it, don't feel bad. I'm going to explain it to you and I'm going to show it to you real quick. I just want to know who I'm talking to. All right, we got a whole bunch of M's. I don't see any 2s. Now okay, we got 1, 2. All right, we got 2 2s. We got 3 2s. All right, we got a couple people here. All right, so guys, we've been hearing. Wait, hold on. That was actually Indiana Jones that I was thinking of right there. Indiana Jones, anyone? Indiana Jones again, anyone? There it is. Oh, ba ba ba. Right there. That's all the way back from, let's go back to, ba 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 ba. Let's go back to, all right, we're on track number 72. Don't let me forget that, chat. Don't bump be bump boom ba. That's our motif. Bump be bump boom ba. Now listen to it here. Listen to it here. I'm scrolling. Hold it. Keep it in your brain. Bum ba ba boom ba. Beep, ba, boom, ba, beep, ba, boom, ba. We're getting that right there, which also kind of sounds like Indiana Jones now that we're talking about it. Anyway, point is, really, really cool stuff there, and you can actually see that motif, or rather, hear it. Okay, so let's keep this going with track number 72, which is a Precious One. Let's keep it cooking. Aw, so pretty. Oh, gorgeous. Oh. Wow. What an incredible work of art. I mean, truly, truly, truly. Wow. Truly wow. That's amazing. Let's keep it going with the next one. We'll do some bonus tracks here. Absolutely gorgeous. Ah, so beautiful. Again, totally gorgeous. Beautiful. Let's keep it going. Whoa! gorgeous. I'm just probably like, that start. Dee dee dum 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 boop beep bop. That's from Super Mario World. Except it goes up, here it goes down. I have a feeling we're gonna loop. I also feel like we heard this before in Galaxy 1. Yeah, I remember this from Galaxy 1. There's that theremin. You wouldn't hear the theremin in all of Galaxy 2. We're gonna go to the next one. Ooh, there's the underground theme. Oh my gosh, hold the phone. Okay, I don't know. This might actually be the first time in the entire Mario world we hear the underground theme and it's not in the key of C. This is actually up a half step from where we usually hear it. Usually we hear C, C, A, B flat. Here we're hearing C sharp or D flat down to what we're gonna call, yeah, we'll call it a B flat. We'll call it C flat to a B flat, excuse me, a D flat to a B flat to a C flat. Dubba, dubba, dubba. We're hearing it up a half step from where it normally is. And I don't remember if it was this in this exact key in Super Mario Galaxy 1, but I can tell you, to the best of my recollection, this is the first time we've heard it not in the key of C. Wow. That's wild. That's crazy. Wow. So beautiful. So that again is a motif we heard in Super Mario Galaxy 1. Let's play it again. I wanted to show you I was playing the guitar. Here we go. Absolutely gorgeous. Let's keep it going. Oh, we didn't get Rainbow Mario. Oh, it's speeding up. absolutely beautiful. Let's keep it going. Yeah, orchestra hits, Quika. Can I just say how awesome it is to have done this live stream with you guys for the past like 3.5 hours? And like, you guys are now calling out the names of instruments. You're calling out the sounds of samples. This is amazing. This is awesome. I'm loving this. Let's keep it going. I believe you've heard this one already. We've heard this before. We're gonna go to the next one now. We listened to this one last time. Next one. Oh, that did not go where I thought it was gonna go. This is not what I was expecting. I thought this was gonna go full out, like double time country. Not what I was expecting. Wow. That, I can honestly say, blew my mind. I did not expect that to happen. How fun, how playful. Let's check out the next one. I remember this one. Man, my favorite part about that is it's that chromaticism that's showing us danger in the world of Mario. Let's check out the next one. That Yoshi's in there. Correct me if I'm wrong, Yoshi's in there. Alright, let's listen to the next one. I remember this from Super Mario Galaxy 1, if I recall correctly. Beautiful. Now, I have heard this before, so we're going to go to the next one. I think I've already heard this one, too. Absolutely beautiful. Again, have heard this before. I'm gonna go to the next one. Now, I know I've heard this one before. So chat, I want to say thank you so much for joining me on this first exploration of the Super Mario Galaxy 2 original soundtrack. I have never heard this before in my life. I mean, I've heard what we're listening to right now, but like the whole OST, I didn't listen to it. And it was such a delight to go and explore it with you. I'm so grateful for the opportunity that we got to do this together. This was absolutely gorgeous, absolutely amazing. And I personally, for one, loved it. Type in L in the chat if you love Mario and you love this OST and you had a bunch of fun today. Because man, this was a ton of fun. Thank you so much right now. I couldn't do this without you. So thanks for being here. Thanks for being a friend. I really appreciate you. And hey, I'll tell you what. If you want to watch the next game, if you want to watch the next reaction in this OST series, click up here. If you want to see the full playlist of all my Mario reactions, click up here. And if you're a gamer and you want to create your own music, click right here to get the free starter pack so you can take your music to the next level now. See you next time. Take care and goodbye.